This is what race day is all about for North Island trainer Nyomi O'Regan. It's lots of dogs, trailers, collars, muzzles, leads, people and races in all weather conditions, and she loves it.
I love winning. You can't beat that feeling of winning, but the dogs definitely, like, you can't beat the greyhounds. I have a lot to do with heaps of other dogs. We've got hunting dogs, we've got pet dogs, but greyhounds, if I could have a greyhound like every day of the week, I would. They're just perfect animal. Everyone's got a different personality, and every day you get the same thing from a greyhound. They love you, so that's the main thing. But yeah, it's the winning and the dog and being with my family was what made me want to stay with the dogs and train them.
On this day, the venue is Cambridge. As all racing people know, the work never starts at the track. Preparations began at the Schofield kennels before the sun was up. Nyomi primarily works with her father, Ron O'Regan, at Paidor. But a few days a week she likes to extend her racing knowledge with the Schofields beside the Waikato River at Rangiriri.
Oh, there's my favourite Mexican, Diego. Hello, son. Hello, son. Good boy.
It's 7:30, 4.5 hours before the first race, and Nyomi's helping Denis, Pam and David to marshal their 12 contenders.
You got a count, Pam?
Oh, okay. There's
How have you got in there?
1, 2, 3, 4 in here and 2 pets.
You're not
And
counting
there's 8.
pets.
There's 6 in the van.
Yeah.
And then
Is it 8 there?
There's 8 here.
Also supervising the loading is Fancy Tip, still wearing his ribbon for the 2013 Auckland Cup victory. He's achieved racing glory. Now he wants his kennel mates to do the same. The Schofields always arrive early at the track. It gives them a chance to get organised, walk the dogs and be ready for the busy hour of kennelling at 10 o'clock.
They know their routine. They know once they get here they're going to walk out and then they head into the kennel block and get their ears checked or their microchip done and then weighed and then bedded and have their little wait in the kennel block for that hour, and then they know and they hit that bird cage, and that's when they start. You can see a lot of dogs change. They're from going laid back into like quiet to their start chest out and their ears up and they're off. They know when they get out of that bird cage from the kennel block, it's race time. And so it's quite funny how they do know like different stages of their days and stuff. They're quite clever animals.
Being early pays off for the Schofield dogs as Nyomi is first in line for what is an intensive session for track officials. There are 14 races on the card, and that means more than 100 dogs need to be processed.
First of all, get her microchip checked to make sure she's the right dog. And then we have to get weighed, and you've got to weigh within 1.5 kilos of your last race weight. Otherwise you might get a fine. And then we'll get vet checked to make sure there's no obvious injuries or cuts or bruises on them, so that's good. Hello, Jelly. So now they're going to be in their kennel for the next 2 hours till the race, so they're going to be locked up, and then they'll come out. We've all got a report time each. We all get given a card each. We've all got a report time, so race 3 I will report at 12:22. We'll get her out and then we come out and we'll get them dressed, get her rug out, dress them up and off from the bird cage and out onto the track.
Once the dogs have been kennelled, there's a lull in proceedings until the first race. That allows for a chance for everyone to socialise, and in this case for DogZone, to find out more about Nyomi's racing heritage.
Started with Dad when he retired from footy. He got into the dogs, and we grew up in it. Me and my sister, we were 2 and 4, Kirsty, and then as the years went on, I found a real passion and love for the dogs. So once high school finished, I went to 7th form. Didn't do too well in school, if I ever showed up, and I decided to go straight into the kennels, and that was it. I'm hooked from there.
Photobombing wasn't in the social media vocabulary in those days, but you could say Nyomi and her sister weren't camera shy.
We would jump in people's photos, we'd jump in Dad's photos. Any photo we could get into, we were in it. So yeah, we grew up on the dais.
And Nyomi also took an early shine to claiming the spoils of victory.
Yeah, I was really young. That was one of our first ever trophies, and I was determined to take it home. And as a 3-year-old, I threw a little bit of a tanty, and I think I bet my nana. She got it, I think, eventually, but I stole it back, so I won that one.
Midday approaches, and it's down to the business of racing. The Schofields didn't have dogs in the first 2 races, so Nyomi lends a hand to the Crake kennel.
I do handle a lot of dogs. I get asked from a few kennels, different kennels, mostly Pam and Dennis's and then Dad's. I don't like to go too far out because a bit of competition. So we're all competitive, so I do like to beat the odd trainers, but yeah, so I'll handle the dogs and wash them down and make sure they're all cooled down properly. But yeah, race day, usually just out on the track nearly every race, so that's all right. That's what I enjoy doing. It's what we work for to do, come to the race day and take the dogs out. Win, lose or draw, you've got to be happy with the dogs.
Race 3 is the first appearance for the Schofield kennels, with Nyomi handling New Look. The transformation to race dog starts.
You can walk them around here and they're quite placid, you'll see them walking around there, but when you get them out from the kennel block and put them in their rug and that, they get a little bit of strength out, and then when they hear stirrup time, they're off, and you've got to be strong, you've got to be able to like hold your own out there, because one of them will throw you. I've been thrown a couple of times and it hasn't been nice, but one rule I was taught when I was young, never let go of the lead. Whatever you do, if they drag you along the ground, don't let go of the lead. Dog's more important.
On the corner, still in front, Multi-Chaser, and starts to kick now, trying hard inside their New Look and Shin Zigzag. Multi-Chaser, New Look, Shin Zigzag.
By race 6, conditions are deteriorating, and Nyomi and the Schofields are still looking for the first win of the day. They have high hopes for Nangar Gem out of box 2.
Nangar Gem out wide of the track there, Lochinvar Main and zipping Sonia Schofield 1, 2, 3. Then we get back to Dephonic, starts to run, gets checked there. Round the outside we go to Golden Ivy. Wider still there is Mr. Fusspot, and towards the tail of the field there, Blue Bloomers, and getting shuffled out Lochinvar Main. Up they come, and Nangar Gem trying hard out wide Golden Ivy. The Gem and Nangar Gem, Golden Ivy. Then we go back then out of Mr. Fusspot.
It might be wet and miserable, but this is the buzz that Nyomi anticipated at the start of the day.
I definitely enjoy winning. That's my favourite thing. Getting the dog off the lure at the end when they've won a race is always a good thing. It's always good to beat 7 other people. Doesn't matter if I've got 2 dogs in the race and I beat Dad, it's always a good buzz. Or if I'm even handling a Schofield dog and I beat one of our dogs, it's always a good, doesn't matter. Winning's a buzz, but the dogs make it even better too, because when they look up at you and give you a grin or something, you know you're doing your job right. So no, but winning is definitely number 1.
Nyomi was to experience that winning feeling again in the next race with Mac Jam.
Good girl, my princess. Good girl.
Overall, the kennel would end the day at Cambridge with 3 wins and 2 seconds. Nyomi is enjoying everything about the Greyhound community, training, racing and winning, but she's also looking beyond the track. One day she hopes to use these experiences to improve her sport.
I want to train for a while. I want to get a Group 1, but then eventually I might try go into the office or be head, try run it maybe one day. That would be a goal. Just having the background and knowing what happens on the ground floor, I would like to take that to the top and try to do some improvements in the game. It's a good game that could just needs a little bit more help, I think, and from influence from people on the ground floor could make it even better.